My name's Jordyn. I am an associate consultant, second-year associate consultant here at Bain in Washington, D.C. I'm from Philadelphia, and I joined Bain a year and a half ago after moving here from Beijing. While I was in Beijing, I was doing a master's program called the Schwarzman Scholars Program at Tsinghua University. So when I finally decided I wanted to go for it and started the interview process, Keith introduced me to someone out of the Washington, D.C. office. She was a senior associate consultant at the time, had been in Bain for 3 years. Her and I met, and from the start of my interview process through the end with Washington, D.C., I had met through her 10 different people in the office. The fact that so many people would take time out of their day for someone they don't know that well and sort of invest in you meant a lot to me. And the idea of coming to work somewhere like that, by the time I got my offer, I knew that I wanted to work at Bain because of that experience. My first project was in renewable energy. Well, actually, we were working for a utility company, very traditional utility that wanted to branch out into the renewable energy space. We call that sort of a classic Bain strategy case where you help a company figure out where they're going to play and how they're going to win. A great first experience for me to sort of figure out how Bain thinks about tackling strategy problems. My second project was in healthcare. And interestingly enough, it wasn't so much about healthcare as it was about tech. We were helping them scale up their Agile practice, and Agile is basically just a way of working in the technology sector. It helps teams be more efficient, and they work in short iterations. And this huge company wanted help being more efficient on their technology side and asked us to help them scale up Agile teams. So very sort of process-heavy case, learned how to sort of manage clients and work with people in a collaborative way. My third case was my favorite project so far. I was working for a hotel company on a very small team of only 4 people. And we were helping them figure out how to manage their brands internally, so brand strategy. As a consultant, I am a huge hotel person. I have very strong opinions about which hotels I like, and it was really cool to get in a room and have people sort of ask me what I liked and why. And for work, I got to sort of take my work experiences and give them to the client. What did you think of your stay at X Hotel? And they genuinely wanted to hear what I had to say, which is really cool. Every year, we do a conference, the BABS, Blacks at Bains, and Latinos at Bain conference. We do it together. And basically the point of that conference is, one, sort of a check-in on how is everyone doing, what's your day-to-day feeling like, how do we make sure that you're feeling sort of fulfilled in your work life? And then second, last year there was a focus on sort of how do you thrive at Bain. There is a lot of buy-in at sort of the higher levels at Bain on diversity and inclusion. And I think diversity is a really interesting topic because every workplace wants to be able to say that they care about diversity. Everyone will message that, but not necessarily sort of communicate that through action. One of the more concrete things that we've done is we have a diversity and inclusion sort of practice now. We've actually invested resources and Bain consulting sort of mind power to figuring out how do we incorporate diversity and inclusion in our recruiting process and in our day-to-day case team operations. That was exciting to hear because, as a member of BABS, I'm aware that I work somewhere that cares about sort of affinity groups and making sure everyone feels sort of supported and heard, but this is sort of a step beyond in that we're seeking to incorporate that into our everyday work and sort of how we function as a company, and I was really impressed with that.